it would be Heine's Pizza. Like their
nostalgic.
Pizza. The nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's
that can't really
it's that tavern style. Yeah.
Heine's Pizza?
Yeah.
I think
it's their last name.
I'm losing Heine's Pizza is in butt.
Thank God he got the joke. It only took
Shut
30
up.
seconds.
I don't.
You're so
We
happy
are
I'm back.
5 minutes in. I don't need to hear it from you on a Friday this early in the morning. Give me at least till 7:30.
You missed me. Shut up.
At least Ashton, at least he got the joke because he was saying stuff yesterday. He had no idea what he was saying.
Once again, what's today and what was yesterday?
Well, yesterday you were a little cranky because you couldn't have your coffee, you couldn't have your meal because you had your doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And now today you're a little worse for wear because today is Friday and yesterday was Blammer Thursday.
Yes. So a little slow. Right?
Yeah, you're going to be a step slow.
All right, Ashy, what do you
You're going
got?
to be a step slow.
What do you mean what I got?
Well, you're dying at 7 o'clock tonight. What are you ordering? What's
I'm going to Maxwell Street Depot on the south side of Chicago, right near the cell, and I'm getting a Polish sausage with grilled onions, extra mustard, butterfly that, boom, done. That's what I'm getting.
That does sound good.
And that's what I'm eating, and that's maybe my favorite
Can
thing
I ask
I've
you a
ever
question?
had.
Do they sell brats in Illinois?
You can't ask me a question, no.
What?
You started your statement with, "Can I ask you a question?" And he is saying, "No, you cannot ask me a question."
He's starting already, huh? This is going to be a long
Well, because
2 hours.
yeah, that's the thing.
I got like months of time built up here.
You do this, you do this, what, 6 times a year, maybe? Like once every other month at best. Ashton comes down from the upper office, from the C-suite, as an executive, as a manager in this company, and he
Put some respect in
finally,
my name, boy.
once every 2 months floats down here to be with us on the show. And he's all fired up. He's got all these takes. He likes, he likes fighting with you. And he's just got it all pent up. He can't pace himself.
I created you, and I created you.
Look at this guy.
I created you. I created more of him than I did
Chewy.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chewy.
This guy was afraid of his shadow. Now he's Mr. Cocky getting there. Bueno.
Owns a business.
Would he, if he never met me, he wouldn't, have a girlfriend or a fiance. He wouldn't have a girlfriend, he wouldn't have a fiance, and he wouldn't be getting married.
Correct.
I gave you so much confidence. I want credit. You don't have to give it to me now, but eventually, a speech.
What do you want
at the wedding? I'm not going to give it because I'm not going to be around.
You're not going to be at the
someone
wedding. You're not getting invited.
Should at least say, you know what? We'd like to thank Chewy.
He wants a speech, even though he's not going to be there.
It's a eulogy, but he's alive. What do we call those?
Well, no, but he's eulogizing the past you because that you is dead. That you is no longer with us.
Gone.
The you that Chewy has molded from the ground up. That is the one that is with us today. That is the confident Ashton.
Do you think
that was confident to get a girlfriend, confident enough to pop the question, confident enough to become an executive at ESPN Milwaukee?
Talk about accountability. We were talking about it yesterday. It was in the open. Can you at least be a little accountable? That you were afraid of your own shadow when we were in the old building?
I have had a little bit of a glow up in personality wise and looks a little bit. The beard helps. I'm not going to lie. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
Chewy, you don't get credit for the beard. That's about it.
No.
You get some credit for scaring me and being so mean to me that I was like, well, I got to do something about this.
Yeah, that's fair. I take that.
It's just a back.
And then Gabe, it's like I exercise the demons. He used to drive me nuts on Homer's show with 310 days till they win the Super Bowl. I'm like, I really wanted to jump through the microphone and choke you.
I missed that game.
And then I exercised him, and now he takes it too far where he's not even excited on a Friday before week 2 for the Packer game.
Well, that's Jen's fault.
What did Jen do?
Well, she found or talked to the reporter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She talked to the reporter who came back and said Malik Willis struggles with football.
That's not what you want to hear about the guy under center.
If that is your starting quarterback, if the review is this guy struggles with football, I'm going to have a little lack of excitement for the game coming up on Sunday.
I don't know if that's good as Ron and the Key saying rabies is fun.
Oh, man.
I don't know which saying is better. Can we pull that?
No.
Too way out of context. Stevie texting in, the train of thought when Chewy talks about stuff is beautiful.
Well, let me find it. There you
go. Jeremy with a great question. What if you're asked what you want for your final meal and they F it up? What a way to go.
Well, what can't you F up? It's hard. You can't screw up a hot dog, can you?
False.
How do you screw up a hot dog? Overcook it?
There's a million ways you can screw up a hot dog.
You can screw up pizza.
Yeah, you can screw up pizza, but the way you screw up a hot dog, it's cooked wrong. You char it for too long if you're putting it on a grill. You just need marks. You don't need to char it. The bun's not steamed or just soggy. The toppings can be all right.
Hold on, Ashley.
Watery ketchup, watery mustard. You don't have hot sauce. You can regular on the It's a whole way you can.
I like a nice butterflied hot dog.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. I
think a butterflied hot dog is better than just a grilled hot dog.
There's something about butterflying food. I agree. Added level.
Yeah, I'm switching out the lobster roll for
a
dog.
Hot
dog. Probably for a Chicago dog.
Dave also says, Chew, just about everybody dumps themselves when they die anyways. Eat what you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
they all do?
That's what Dave from Aaron said. I don't know if that's true. I'm not a doctor.
Huh. Okay.
You're the doctor. Shouldn't you be the one who knows?
Plug it, I guess. Huh? Sew it up?
And apparently Ryan felt the need to text this in, let's go White Sox.
No, it's not. Ryan, I'm sorry. No, let's never, ever go White Sox.
Okay.
I do have a couple questions here, as it is a Football Friday, and it's in relation. I wasn't really planning on getting to this topic, but a lot of people have already texted in, just unprompted, wanting to know. So this one question kind of represents the multiple questions here on the Talk and Text line, Chew. Mm-hmm. Curious on Chewy's thoughts. After another concussion, should Tua retire? I would. His long-term health should be in mind. And part of the reason, I guess, I didn't really want to... This is an incredibly serious topic. Obviously, you have had issues with concussions yourself. You were a part of the lawsuit. So people just want to know, because you have expertise in this area. And Tua, it wasn't a huge hit. You know, when you think of these huge hits that guys get concussed from, it wasn't Vontaze Burfict coming across the middle and cleaning the clock of Antonio Brown. It was a relative, just normal hits in the middle of the field after Tua had picked up a first down and ran into DeMar Hamlin. Suffered a concussion last night. You could tell, I mean, anybody could.
Well, the right hand goes up. That's a tell.
So after the concussion issues that he had a couple of years ago, that is a serious topic that people are wondering, should Tua retire? People want to know, Chew, so the floor is yours. Your thoughts on the concussion suffered last night by Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, the more you have, it seems, and in my case it was true, the less violent the collisions become. Because that didn't, like you said, that didn't look like a violent hit.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's just the more and more you have, I think the blows to the head don't have to be as strong in order for them to get a concussion. Now, I don't know how many this is for him.
So this is his third.
Definitely got to look at it, you know? Definitely have to look at it. Yeah, he's getting to that point where you seriously have to think, you know, and I would assume he's going to be out for a little while because of it. Would I have stopped? It's so hard to stop, though, because Sundays are so much fun, you know, but you look at it long term.
Well, but even as a player, like you, how much of your long-term future were you looking at in your 9 years in the NFL?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's with me, it was because I was coming to the end, even if I didn't have the neck issue. It's just when you lose your will or you lose your desire to wake up sore and be hit, it's probably time to step away, you know? Because and it was obviously much worse when I played because the game was a lot more violent. You just get sick of getting out of bed and having it take 45 minutes just to get moving, you know? But Sundays just keep sucking you in because it's so much fun. And the locker room is fun. And, you know, the grind of it all stinks. But it's tough to walk away. Now, could he change the way he plays the game?
but like yesterday,
he should have slid. Right?
Sure,
with
but
his history, he should have slid.
But he's not really like a runner. He's not like Lamar or the guy who was playing last night and Josh Allen. Like Tua, sure, can Tua run from time to time? It's like Jordan Love. Like Jordan Love's not a runner. Can he run to pick up a first down if he has to? Yeah. Sure. But yeah, should he have slid? Sure, but it's not like he's a runner and I don't know what there is to change. Just to kind of pivot off of this and put a bow on our first conversation of the day, Chef Ed is surprised that Bucky's barbecue chew was not on your last meal.
I totally forgot.
Choked.
For those just joining the show, Chewy, on a trip down to Florida with his wife, they both had the brisket sandwich from calling it a gas station seems...
Emporium?
Yeah, from the gas station Emporium, Bucky's.
What I've learned with Bucky's... because my mother-in-law and father-in-law came and visited, and there's a Bucky's on the way. Mm-hmm. And Jen's sandwich that she bought us, not as good. It's not jaw-dropping if you don't eat it right there away at the corner when it loses half of its value.
Okay.
So
it's like a car. Once it leaves the lot,
we would have to field trip
returns
under heavy security for me to go to a Bucky's and eat it there. I don't think they're going to allow that. That's the problem.
I don't think they're going to go police escort for your final meal.
Why not? I mean, it's your final meal.
It's just, I'm telling you, it's not, when you have to heat the sandwich up, it loses half its value.
Chewy's going to be Hannibal Lecter. They're going to have him on that thing, and he's going to be wheeled in, and you're like, I'll take one sandwich, please.
We will dive into the Green Bay Packers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Jason Wilde joins us next. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 43, we had an earlier disabled vehicle right about at North Avenue. That's been cleared, so now we just have delays backing up into the Marquette. Those are going to work themselves out soon. Westbound 94, backed up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Westbound 894, backups from 27th Street all the way to about 68th through that construction zone. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 79. Tonight, high clouds with a low of 66. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
I think I'm going to have to bring Romeo Dobbs into the Tausch stand category and start promoting and pushing him more.
Wilde and Tausch.
I feel like he is just so
criminally.
Like, he's an afterthought for too many Packer fans, and I think he's going to have a bust-out year.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Hey football fans, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Something amazing is happening in networking. Organizations are scaling with less stress. That's because CDW is designing and implementing intelligent HPE Aruba networking solutions that simplify and secure operations. With automation at the center of your data center, growing pains can be a thing of the past. HPE Aruba Networking and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Buttes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Looking for Green Bay football tickets? Ticket King has you covered. With offices in Milwaukee and Green Bay, Ticket King is your local and most trusted source to buy or sell tickets. Don't wait to get tickets for Sunday's home opener. Feel good that you are getting the best value when you work with Ticket King. Guaranteed, that is Ticket King. Experience the thrill of Green Bay football and visit theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. It's not sold out until the King is sold out. Theticketking.com.
Hey Milwaukee sports fans, it's Brad Nortman from Kyle Bruston Nortman. You've invested too much into that nice ride, so don't settle for a gas station car wash. Treat it to a Tsunami Express car wash. State-of-the-art wash technology, powerful free vacuums, and unlimited wash memberships. Now with 5 locations across Greater Milwaukee, Tsunami Express is your go-to spot for a flawless finish and a first-class car wash every time. Trust me, your car will thank you. Sign up for a membership online at TsunamiExpress.com and get your first wash free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. Joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason, welcome to Dude Friday.
Dude, where's my car?
Jason, you're getting the chair at midnight tonight.
Sorry to hear that.
What are you ordering? What's your meal?
I'm getting like a high-top table chair or like a recliner.
It's plugged into the wall.
It's plugged in.
It's got some sparks.
Yeah.
Probably sushi.
Oh, you're a sushi guy?
Yeah, big fan. And
very bougie.
I used to go, when I would have friends who would go for sushi and I would go with them, I would get a bowl of rice because I was such a chicken when it came to eating something that I wasn't familiar with. And then I decided to finally give it a try, and I thought, what have I been doing all these years? I could have been eating sushi a long time, and instead I was an idiot. So yeah, that or a really good pizza like they have at Rustique up here, like I don't know what they call that, the ovens that are like the big
brick oven?
Brick ovens. There you go. Thank you.
That's a good place.
I would say Rot's Hots, but I don't know what the
status is there.
Yeah.
Well, Chewy did say that he would want a hot dog, so hot dog is on Chewy's menu.
Yeah.
He's like putting together 3 courses,
dog,
like a good hot dog, which they do have at Rot's Hots.
That's me.
A hot dog as your last meal, though?
You should hear the rest of the list.
Well, it keeps changing. Borscht and hot dog are the things that are locked in for sure.
This is the worst final meal ever.
Well, if he eats enough, he'll just die of like a heart attack.
That's what I'm hoping
beat
for.
them to it. Yeah. Now you can't fire me. I quit.
No. Jason, are we going to see Sean Clifford in this game?
Now that is a fantastic question. Because this is something that I've been thinking about too. Like all the time we've spent, and they still have this archaic policy. Bob McGinn from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel wrote some story years ago where he duped a practice squad guy or two into giving away information that the Packers did not want given away. And so then they stopped letting us talk to practice squad players during the season once they were on the practice squad. And I was actually saying to their PR director during training camp, like that, A, I still don't think you needed to do that because of what he did. But B, like the practice squad is different now. Your own coach says we view it as a 70-man roster, not a 53-man roster because they've got the extra practice squad spot. Like, so we were being reminded by a PR staffer as we went into the locker room on Wednesday that we're not allowed to talk to practice squad players, specifically because they didn't want us apparently talking to Sean Clifford. So, but the practice squad program, the fact that you're now allowed to be promoted to the active roster and you don't have to go through waivers, all the other stuff, I would have really liked to talk to Sean Clifford this week. And I'm really curious. We talked about the leash that Goody had for specialists. I'm not as patient as I need to be, and the next guy's going to have a short leash, Braden Narveson. I really want to know how long the leash is for Malik Willis. How patient will LaFleur be before he goes to a guy that knows the offense better? I think it's a really interesting question. I don't know the answer to it, but it has crossed my mind multiple times throughout the week.
Well, Chewy, because, he keeps bringing it up he thinks it's going to be Clifford, and he even thinks that there's a possibility that, they're throwing out this Love thing. We're like, oh, Willis is going to start. But he thinks that then Sean Clifford would end up being the starter as the ultimate kind of red herring move.
No. I mean, they're clearly starting, Jordan Love from what I can gather, because that's all I keep being told. And then LaFleur on Packers.com yesterday told Larry McCarron that it's more of a day-to-day thing. Now, again, I don't know if you believe that or not. I think the bottom line on all this is it's not as severe as we thought it was going to be, or it looked like it was going to be. And I do think there's a chance that he only misses like 1 or 2 games. But I just have such a hard time believing this subterfuge that he would actually play on Sunday. I just don't know why they're playing it that way. I'm really curious today, though. Obviously, we'll go practice starts while we're still on the air, but then I'll go over for LaFleur in locker room, and they'll put out the injury report. I'm really curious to see if they rule him officially out today, or if they, try and keep this going all the way to Sunday.
Jason, who would you start? I mean, a guy that pretty much knows the entire playbook, can run motions, probably knows the progressions fairly well, or a guy who's going to have half the playbook in and you have no idea?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I would start Clifford.
I would too.
And I say that having been, to use Goody's term, underwhelmed by Clifford in camp this year, right? Like, it started rough with him not doing very well when he was put with the starters, which is what he would be having done on Sunday. But then he kind of found a rhythm, and then in the games he was kind of meh. It wasn't great, but he wasn't like, I didn't think he was god awful either. And it's the whole thing that you just said. He's got the whole playbook in his repertoire. And look, the bottom line is this is a lesser of two evils in terms of where each player is at in his development choice, right? Like, this is like choosing between, I've lost Mark Chmura and Keith Jackson. I can start Mike Bartram, the long snapper, or I can start Jeff Thomason. No offense to Jeff Thomason, love the flying T. But, like, it's not the same, right? It's not the same as those two guys. But at least Jeff Thomason knows the playbook.
Yeah.
And Mike Bartram is supposed to be just out there long snapping. So, I don't know what the thought process will be in terms of, okay, Malik is really struggling. We're going to go to Clifford. But I would have started Clifford. But I know it's almost as if, and I would love to sneak some truth serum into Matt LaFleur's Coors Light and find out what he would prefer to do, as opposed to, I think it's really hard. I think I said this to you guys on Tuesday. I think it would be really hard to tell Malik Willis and tell the world, hey, we acquired this guy. We really like his potential. We think he's a really good project. We're really excited. We gave up a 7th-round pick for him. But now that we actually need our backup quarterback, we're going to start the guy that is on the practice squad and that the general manager said was underwhelming this summer. Like, that's a tough sell, but I still think it would be the right call.
Jason, how did the Packers explain the difference between the first half and second half last Friday in terms of the running game? Because it wasn't great in the first half, and it looked like Josh Jacobs just couldn't get going. In the second half, he had some really good runs. Was that just the offensive line gelling? Because I feel this is a really important game for both sides of the line if they want to pull off a win.
Yeah, and look, I'm not great at understanding different aspects to the run game. But when I watched it myself, I thought it just looked like they blocked better. That was it, right? Like it didn't look like it was a vastly different scheme, but multiple linemen after the game had said that they tweaked the scheme. And so then I went to Brian Bulaga because he's a film nerd, and he said the same thing. He said he didn't see a significant change in what they did schematically, that those guys just blocked better. So I don't know what it was. I don't know what the tweak is that like Josh Myers was talking about and Sean Ryan was talking about. The bottom line is they were way more productive, and whatever it was they did, they need to do it against a team that knows they're going to try and run the football a lot on Sunday.
Jason, are they going to have to kind of win ugly, kind of like the Bears seem to do? You know?
Special team scores and defensive scores are welcome this weekend.
Or just goofy stuff. Like, Jason, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw the Wildcat. You know?
Yeah.
Or just goofy stuff, you know?
Right.
I trust LaFleur. I think when it comes to game planning, he's pretty damn good. And he's going to have some stuff.
Yeah, I think so, too. Again, my question is, like, if you had a backup, here's my thing. If you had a backup that had some experience, like, let's just use Matt Flynn, okay, who is going to come on the show today with us, because I wanted to pick his brain because I'm fascinated. Like, Hasselbeck obviously had the best. Hasselbeck and Brunell had the best careers after they were backups in Green Bay, but they both backed up Favre and barely had to play in the circumstances that a backup plays in. Like, neither of them ever started a game. They went into a couple of games where Brett left or whatever, but that was it. And Matt Flynn, on the other hand, has done what the Packers need to have done over the next X number of games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that if Matt LaFleur, there's a lot of Matts in one sentence, if Matt LaFleur had a backup quarterback like Doug Peterson or like Matt Flynn, who'd been in the system for a long time and has everything at his disposal, I feel like he would find all the different plays in the playbook that really fit the backup and be able to tailor a really good game plan around what that guy does well, okay? But I'm curious how you even go about that with a guy that's been here for, today is his 18th day on the team?
Mm-hmm.
18 days.
Yeah.
So, this is not a slight on LaFleur, because I agree with you. Like, I feel like he's the kind of coach that would really put together a good game plan for his backup quarterback. I just don't know what that looks like when the backup quarterback has the basis that Malik Willis has to work with.
Jason, have you seen Jordan in the locker room or down at practice walking around or anything? Haven't seen him at all?
No, so he has gone to practice after reporters have been kicked out. He has not ventured in the locker room when we've been in there. Paula and Maddie and I were joking when we went to see Doc McKenzie about Maddie's knee that we sat by the elevator. We kept waiting for the elevator to open for him to come out to get a checkup, but that didn't happen either. So he is in the wind as far as I am concerned, but he's been at practice talking through things with Malik and taking the world famous mental reps. And he's been in meetings. He's been there, and he's obviously been in the training room getting everything he needs there.
Jason, appreciate the time, buddy. We'll talk.
Gabe.
Look, man,
Gabe's not feeling well.
Well, no, because as Matthew pointed out on the talk and text line, so now we've had Jen come in with reports of Malik Willis' struggles at football, and now Matt from Maguanago points out that Malik has now been compared to a long snapper and no good at football. These are the comparisons we have for the man who is starting under center for the Packers on Sunday.
He's going to shock the world. 333 yards passing and 3 touchdowns.
He hasn't even thrown for 100 yards in a game, Jason.
Well, first time for everything.
Under over on laughs during the game, 2.5, more or less.
Over.
How about cry? How about tears?
Wait, I mean, the laughs are going to be through the tears, Jason. Like, that's just going to be constant. I don't know if you can put a number on it if you're just crying through the entire 3 hours. Jason, we appreciate it, bud. Look forward to you guys coming up in about 90 minutes on Wilde and Tausch.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Woolley joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Is your business looking for localized banking solutions and a strategic partner? Fifth Third Bank has been looking forward to the future and helping businesses shape what's next for 165 years and for the last 15 here in Milwaukee. They offer industry-specific expertise, local decision-making capabilities, and extensive experience to help navigate the complexities of a constantly changing business market environment. With your business in mind. Fifth Third is big enough to provide sophisticated solutions and expert guidance, but also empowered to make local decisions and work from a foundation of strong community connections. Commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We do have an accident 94 eastbound just about at Barker Road. It's off on the right shoulder. Luckily, you can get past it without too much of a problem. Just keep your eyes peeled for that. Westbound 94 a bit heavy from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Also westbound on 894 slowing down from just before 27th Street out to 68th. Northbound 43 just a little bit tight right past Fond du Lac Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Add Kringle to your football tailgate and make your friends and family happy. Order at Kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. High clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 79. Tonight, high clouds with a low of 66. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 6-count Mega Roll Angel Soft Bath Tissue, $6.99. 3 to 6 count or 14-ounce selected varieties Häagen-Dazs Ice Cream or Bars, $3.99. 8-count selected varieties Jimmy Dean Breakfast Sandwiches, $9.99. 13 to 15-ounce selected varieties Land O'Lakes Spreadable Butter, $3.49.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh. Oh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against San Francisco November 24th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 6th.
Landworks is the locally owned landscape company to elevate the look of your home or business. Landworks is different because of customer service. From the crew to the salesperson to the admin team, you're in good hands with Landworks. Their sales and design teams are made up of horticulturists, licensed landscape architects, and passionate plant people. Their landscape architects and horticulture team members are also project managers. This means you'll have a single point of contact from initial design through completion of work. See their amazing work for yourself at landworkswisconsin.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
Are you looking for a reliable ride? I've got you covered. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. I use AccuTrans Group for my private transportation needs during the college football season. AccuTrans is a veteran-owned business dedicated to providing unmatched corporate, personal, and event-related transportation that you will use again and again. From corporate travel and weddings to group events, AccuTrans Group caters to every occasion. Booking is easy, safe, and dependable. Visit AccuTransGroup.com to get a quote or to book a reservation today for reliable and safe transportation.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool $1 million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Gabe, you're right. I actually just looked at the stats. No hypocrite has ever won a championship.
Fridays with Mo.
Mark Attanasio, the last thing he wanted to do was play a video and tribute Craig Counsell in any way. So I give Mark Attanasio a ton of credit.
Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is sponsored by Landworks Landscape Services. Their creative and talented team will design, build, enhance, and maintain beautiful landscapes in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more and see their work at landworkswisconsin.com.
Always love catching up with Good Karma Brands founder and CEO Craig Karmazin every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Good morning, Craig.
Gabe, I can't believe it. I just heard breaking news. The Packers, despite the way you've talked about them all week, are going to show up for the game on Sunday.
Yeah, they are going to show up. Well, we'll see if they actually show up.
I mean, Gabe, is this like some game you're playing with yourself, like to set your standards so low that like then you're pleasantly surprised no matter what happens?
Craig, I haven't set the standard. When something like this happens, and Malik Willis, who we don't really know all that much about, is going to be the starter, I let the information do the talking. Like when Jen talks to someone and the scouting report is struggles with football. Well, that's not great. Yeah, but when Jason compares him to a long snapper that played when Chewy played, like that's not great. I have yet to hear, Craig, any one person go, "Oh, but this is something Malik Willis is really good at, and this is what you can hang your hat on, and this is how the Packers can win." Nobody has said anything like that.
But Craig, the issue is not if he stinks or not. The issue for me is he doesn't know the offense. He's been here 18 days. They're going to have to put in half of what they would put in for Sean Clifford. That's right. The issue. It's not like he stinks, he shouldn't be playing. It's like you don't know the information. The other guy does. Now, you're a better athlete than the other guy, but I'll take the guy with all the information where you can do everything over the athlete that doesn't know much.
Well, if you can do it, but he can't execute it, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can't play and you know, they know that. And for them, you know, the Packers, and I said this on your show, remember we talked about, you asked what position group was I most concerned about. Mm-hmm. You remember that?
Yep.
And I said, I don't think it's called the position group because you guys know football better than me, but the backup quarterback. That was like, I wasn't worried about the linebackers. I wasn't worried about the offensive line. This is what I was worried about. And the Packers always have this arrogance going into the year. Yeah, and for them to make a trade, you know, for Willis, who I think is a great trade for the future. I don't think it was a trade for now, right? It wasn't like they were trading for an 8-year backup quarterback. They weren't getting Jacoby Brissett. They weren't getting someone who could come in and win games. I thought showed some awareness by them of this. But, I mean, for them to do that, I think they don't believe in Clifford. So this is the right move for them.
Well, this is a Goody thing, though, Craig, because in all my years with Brett, we always had a quality back. Let's not Burnell. Mm-hmm. Let's remember Aaron Brooks, who went on to have a good career in New Orleans. We had Sonny Bono one year, who was a starter in this
league.
How
about
Hasselbeck? We had good play at Gabe.
The backup was Steve Bono, not the singer, not the singer.
Yeah.
That was once married to Cher. No, that was not the backup.
We had Jimmy. We had Jimmy.
Did you guys sing him "I Got You, Babe"? Did you guys sing that to him?
I mean, it's only natural.
Yeah,
the last guy's name is Bono. But this is a Goody thing where they're rolling the dice on the backup quarterback.
Well, and I understood it last year, and I get it. Like last year, Jordan Love was in such an incredible pressure to replace Aaron Rodgers that if you had a credible backup, it would have put so much pressure, right? After week 2, after week 1, there would have been, hey, we need to go with the established guy who knows how to win. So I understood why last year you almost intentionally threw your backup quarterback position because you didn't want to give Jordan Love an undue pressure going into the season.
And they thought you were going to win 6 games, so, like, who the hell cares who the backup is?
But if this year it's like you guys have said every game, it's like, hey, 1 game here, 2 games here, that's the difference. Fighting with the Lions, fighting for the division, potentially fighting for the bye if things really broke well. Like, every game matters. So that's why I'd said when we spoke about it, the backup quarterback. But I still think when you go into a home game like this and you have a full week to prepare and you have a offensive play caller as your head coach who you believe is one of the elite in all of football, that you have a great chance to win the game.
A great chance?
Yes,
but Craig,
you have a
one
45% chance to win the game.
That's not a great chance. That's a chance.
I mean, I'm saying not a majority chance to win, but it's not like the way you're talking about this, Gabe, is like, like they shouldn't even show up.
Well, okay, tell me what a Packers win looks like to you. How do they win this game?
I've heard both Shefty and Chewy say 17-14. I know Chewy has it going overtime, but I think that is one version of how they win. I think the more likely version in my mind for how they win is getting up early, right? I mean, you get a turnover, you get up 10-0 early, you make Richardson hopefully into more of a drop-back quarterback, and you give your defense a chance to be really aggressive. There's very little tape on this Packers defense, and we saw what happened in Game 1. In the first quarter, they caused 2 turnovers against one of the best offenses in this league. So against a quarterback who's only played 3-4 games in his career, I would think there's a lot of things Anthony Richardson hasn't seen yet in the NFL, and there's a big opportunity for the Packers defense.
I just see it as them limping into the fourth quarter, and then goofy stuff happens, right? I mean, there's going to be goofy stuff in this game. Wouldn't you agree?
But I'm kind of. I also heard you guys talk about it. If in the fourth quarter the Colts are able to, like, if it's close and the Colts can just run the ball in the fourth quarter, they're in trouble. I mean, I think the Packers have to get up and they have to find that double-digit lead somehow and then kind of hold on versus, hey, this is a back-and-forth game. If it's a back-and-forth game, which I think it still has the chance to be, I don't think the Packers get blown out at home in this. I think in a back-and-forth game, I think the Colts' ability to run, and Richardson's just a really smart, he just has such a good feel for the game for a young player and when to run and all of that I think that doesn't bode well for them. They need to find a way to get up double digits.
My other problem with going, the defense can just lock it down. This defense is still very unproven. But Xavier McKinney's the only one who had a good game last week.
Kellen Moore figured it out after that first quarter. He found out how to attack him. And Stidham is a hell of a head coach and Steichen offensive play caller for Indy. So it's not like there are a bunch of dopes over there.
No, but I think I'm setting it at like 2.5, and that includes like a blocked punt. Not like a blocked field goal where you don't return it.
That's what we're talking about. Like, the Packers special teams have stunk for years. Now they're going to be making plays?
I'm saying, right, and that's what I'm saying. I think you need 3 turnovers in the game to win. You need to cause 3 turnovers, which I know last week they got 3. They caused 2. They got 3, right?
Yep.
If they cause 3 turnovers against this Colts defense, which is not the Eagles, and even without Jordan Love at home, I think you win this game. I think you win this game if at home you cause 3 turnovers, and I think it's possible.
So, Craig, Indy's up 14-0 at the half. Malik Willis has thrown for 24 yards. Are you yanking him?
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, there's
so how
nothing.
Short's the leash? How short is that?
I don't think you owe anything to him at that point, and if you've put up no points at home in a half of football, you have to try something else. I mean, and by the way, that doesn't mean that with another week of practice, he may not start, week 3 if the second half doesn't go very well for Clifford either.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think you can do that. And, by the way, I know this sounds crazy, but could Clifford play a series mixed in there? Could we go like college football and do some different things and show some different looks? Like, I think you can do all of that. I think this is like LaFleur's fun game. Like LaFleur gets to, it's kind of like what you saw with Kyle Shanahan on Monday Night Football. It's like, hey, I don't have my star running back. Whatever I do now, people are going to now realize I'm the genius. Like, this is fun, right? Like, I mean,
Shanahan's been doing that with running backs for years, though.
Right, but you'd never say that if you're Matt LaFleur. But the way he was able to prove last year that this wasn't just Aaron Rodgers, there's a piece of him that's kind of excited about this.
Yeah,
kind of excited to show that he actually can get guys open enough and scheme this enough to where the Packers win this game on Sunday.
Because everyone thinks they're going to lose, right? So there's.
I mean, it's a 2.5 point spread. I mean, it's a coin flip of a game. Which again, at home, you don't expect a coin flip of a game until you to be underdog by that much, by the 2.5 points or whatever it is. But it's still a coin flip.
So who are you taking to win?
I really like Anthony Richardson.
See, we did all of that.
Because he can play football?
We did all of that for nothing.
The reason I say this is because I do think it ends up as a really, really close game. And I think the Colts end up being able to have the extended drive and kick the field goal to win the game. But I'm saying I think it ends up as a one-possession game with a game-winning field goal by the Colts.
All right, Craig, one other thing. What's the score of the Alabama-Wisconsin game?
So that one's stunning to me, right? When I saw the Badgers finish the game last week, I was like, all right, that's going to be a 3 or 4 touchdown spread. I do not understand how this is seen as to be this close a game, but I think it ends up Alabama 31, Wisconsin 20.
Okay.
So
Really?
he's got
You think
Wisconsin
it's gonna be
covering.
that-
He's got
what's
Wisconsin
the line?
covering. I think it's 15 right now.
See, I would feel better if the game was at night. That way people could get loosey-juicy.
Oh, totally agree. I would pick Wisconsin to win if it was at night.
I would say it would be a better game.
It's up to 16, by the way.
16?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 21, so that was a positive for me.
Quickly before we let you go, Craig, Jackson Churio, first 20-year-old to ever have a 2020 season, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases after hitting his 20th home run of the year last night. How good do you think Jackson Churio can be? Because he's the superstar, I think, that can carry the offense if they go deep into October.
Well, remember, this is a guy that is also signed long-term.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't like, oh, what are we going to do? Brewers really went out on a limb to pay him before you pay in baseball. So this is an incredibly exciting thing, and this is not a fluke. I mean, you look at his splits, you can't find a hole since June. I mean, this guy got 2 months into his career and has not stopped hitting. Yes, I mean, it's just people say, like, oh, Yelly's out. I mean, Yelly's not the best player on this team. I mean, Jackson Churio at 20 years old has already established himself as that. Not like, oh, you could clearly see he's the future. Like, he is the present. Now, Shohei Ohtani's about to go 50-50, which we've never seen in the history of the world for like a Cy Young Award winner who's about to go 50-50. So, like, there's things happening in baseball that don't even make sense right now. But 2020 at age 20 is incredible.
Yeah.
Craig, always appreciate it. Enjoy the football weekend.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Craig Carmison joins us each and every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Join me out at the Wisconsin Country Club where we have no assessments ever, no food and beverage minimums. I love it out there. The main reason I joined is because I love the golf course. I love going out there with friends, playing the golf course. It's challenging. You have a good time. And then you sit at the turn bar after. It is unbelievable. Great experience. But maybe you're looking for something more, not just the golf course, but other things in your country club that you want to join. Well, they've got pool, tennis, pickleball, themed Sunday fun days at the pool during the summer. Something for everyone at the Wisconsin Country Club. So join me and check out their website at thewisconsincountryclub.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I have told you about the delicious pizza you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate. Now there's even more to be excited about with new sandwiches on the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy options like the turkey pesto, the meatball hero, the Italian hoagie, and more. Skip the same old lunch at your desk and grab a delicious sandwich from Proof instead. Order inside the restaurant or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
Ever dreamed of teeing off inside American Family Field? Now's your chance with Upper Deck Golf. From November 7th through the 9th, experience a one-of-a-kind round of golf, hitting tee shots from the upper deck throughout the stadium to custom greens below. Enjoy VIP treatment with great music, cold beers, food, and golf challenges at the Clubhouse Festival inside the stadium. Upper Deck is open to all ages, but tee times are limited, so book now. Head to upperdeckgolfing.com to book a tee time today.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything.
Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch the most live NFL games all in one place, which means you can watch the Rams and the Colts and the Vikings and the Bengals and the Buccaneers and the Chargers, or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. So what ends up happening is you do a few push-ups and sit-ups in your room, run around the block, or just skip it entirely. Lame. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover there's a fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and power your buys and tries the right way or de-stress with some cardio. The choice is yours. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
What we need is a chart. And every week, we take the shirtless picture of Chew, and we move that to wherever the prediction is of how many wins that they have.
8, 6,
7.
7. I think that's how it goes now, right?
8,
and they lost
6, 7, 5, 309.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Ashton Rotman hanging out today. He is in our cousin sub of the day for Josh DiMaggio. So Ashton Rotman, who is the executive producer of ESPN Milwaukee, up in the C-suite there, coming down, gracing us with his presence today.
You're welcome.
You were recently at an all-you-can-eat pasta situation?
Yeah, so I'll try to do this really fast, since unshockingly we're already past the clock, so I'll try to do this quick. Maybe we can keep discussing it. I went to an unnamed Italian restaurant chain. We all know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to name it because no free ads. So I went to Olive Garden, and
I think everyone knew.
I got the never-ending pasta because I went with my fiance's 2 younger twin sisters, who their birthday was this week. They wanted to go to Olive Garden. Great, so we'll treat them to dinner. Never-ending pasta. How many bowls do you think I should have eaten to get my money's worth? How many would you have eaten?
3.
Gabe?
I mean, pasta's filling, man. Like, isn't that kind of the point of pasta?
I agree. Give me a number.
I don't know, like 2 at the most. I don't want to feel like I'm bloated.
Gorge.
I mean, I don't want to feel like that walking out of the Olive Garden.
This is why this is a fascinating discussion.
I mean, if I was going to my actual favorite Italian restaurant, yeah, I'm going to gorge there.
It's fine. It's not great, but it's not.
Yeah, it's edible.
It's edible pasta. I ate only 2 bowls. I felt like I could eat more, but nobody else was going to keep eating, so I decided to stop.
So you were peer pressured? You were peer pressured?
I was not. I was internally peer pressured. Nobody else was telling me not to eat anymore. I was like, well, everyone else is done. I could go for one more.
You would have felt like, would they have made fun of you if you would have ordered a 3rd bowl?
No, they were being mean to me for not ordering more.
What'd you go with? See, I'd be going with lasagna, carbonara.
No, the never-ending pasta. You can only.
It's only one.
Yeah, and then you got to keep.
There's 4. 2. No, you can change it up.
Oh, can you?
Because after the first bowl's like your normal portion, and every bowl after that's a little bit smaller, which is the other reason why I'm only getting 2, because I got 1 normal size and 1 smaller bowl.
Well, what'd you go with?
I went with the rigatoni and like their 5-cheese marinara sauce, pretty solid, and then fettuccine and a creamy mushroom sauce. That's it. Right. That's it. I wanted more, and I just didn't. And I should feel bad, right? I didn't live up to my hype or my potential.
Stop worrying about people think
money.
of you. Who cares? Do I need to work on that now?
Yeah.
Please.
It's the next thing. It's the next evolution of Ashton that you can help them with.
Yeah. You know what, though? Here's what I'll say. Olive Garden, if you're listening, not as bad as I thought.
Oh, I love Olive Garden.
There it is.
When's the last time you had Olive Garden?
I don't get to go because I don't make the rules in my house.
But you make all the food.
Yeah, but I don't get to choose the restaurants I want to go to.
I'm guessing if you take your Italian wife to Olive Garden, that's not going to be good enough.
Hey, breadsticks still slap, though. I'll tell you what, breadsticks still slap.
And the best dressing known to man.
Great salad.
Oh,
my
the salad dressing?
Had never been
it's the
to
best
Olive
dressing.
Garden.
Yes.
She had never been.
Really?
I don't think we'll ever go back. But hey, unless,
a shame.
Good job by you, Olive Garden. Bad job by me. I wasted my $14.
Chewy's got a predicament this weekend. We'll see if we can help him out. Coming up next in 2 minutes, Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Never miss out on a second of the show. Find Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. Sponsored by Celsius Essential Energy Drink.
We've got some delays with a couple of issues out there. We've got an accident on 894 westbound right at the end of the 84th Street on-ramp off on the right shoulder, but it's partially blocking the right shoulder or right area of that on-ramp. So give yourself some extra time. It's going to be slow out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to that point anyway. 894 southbound at National Avenue. We've got the left lane blocked on 894 southbound because of a broken down vehicle there. And then we've got another broken down vehicle just west of Calhoun on 94 westbound. It is out of traffic. However, we're seeing some big delays heading past that scene right now from just west of Highway 100 all the way to Brookfield Road. A little bit backed up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard as well. Eastbound slowing down from 76th Street to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, high clouds, filtered sunshine today with a high of 79. Tonight, clouds way up there with a low of 66. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How do we feel about accountability? Are we pro accountability or are we out on accountability?
I don't think there's accountability anymore.
Anywhere?
Ladies and gentlemen, last year, our city council passed a Good Samaritan law. Now, this group from New York not only ignored, but as we will prove, they actually mocked the victim as he was being robbed at gunpoint.
Wow. Rich coming from the guy who's not held accountable here.
Gabe gets punished when you get in trouble and you're talking about accountability, a lack of accountability.
I'll admit when I'm wrong.
They have quite a record of mocking and maligning. This is a history of selfishness, self-absorption, immaturity, and greed.
Right, so outside of Chewy, are we pro accountability?
15% of the people just did it for spite.
You think?
Yes, everyone piles on.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable. This time, they are the ones who will pay.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
A couple things to clean up here from hour number one before we try to help out Chewy with the situation he finds himself in this weekend. 800-990-3776. First, David says, I miss Gabe the Toad. Now we get Debbie Downer Gabe.
Ooh.
Ribbit.
Shot.
Look. Again, if the best... Yeah.
I think you're a little strong in not giving him a chance. I mean, yes, there's a chance.
If I can back him up here, is there?
No.
Is there a chance if I can back you up, Gabe?
You have told me this. Craig has told me this. But I guess in fairness to you, you have actually predicted that they're going to win. Craig, despite coming after me, then went, well, I really like Anthony Richardson, and I think the Colts are going to win.
12 solid minutes he was going after you, and then he said, well, Colts are going to win, though, probably.
Yeah, but sometimes throughout a season, 17 games, long season, you win one ugly.
Sure.
You win one ugly.
Jason Garrett beat you guys.
Correct. Because everyone took a big, deep breath and like, oh, Aikman's out. I don't know who their first backup was, but he was the third, and that didn't go well. So...
And then I want to know if this is actually... There's no way this is true, Ashton. Did Ashton tell you guys that Susie found out he was engaged when he came on the show to talk about his European trip? That's not true.
Not accurate. No. Oh, you know what it is? Every time that a wonderful fan comes to the food truck and says, oh, I love you guys, listen to it, and my mom, if she's on the food truck, it's like, isn't it so mean that I found out she's playing up a great bit? She's like, isn't it so mean?
She's leaning into a bit.
Yeah. Shout out to
Wow.
Susie. Yeah. So now
I probably deserve some credit for that, too.
Oh, Jesus.
You deserve credit for Susie playing up a bit? Have you ever met Susie?
For coming back at him. Yes, I've met Susie. Susie was at
Ashy
the
Bash.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She was at Ashy Bash.
Yes.
Now, whatever happened to Ashy Bash?
Yeah.
It was so good the first time we couldn't repeat it.
Didn't want 8 more meals from the Blammer.
It's basically what ruined it.
That's basically what it came down to.
Chewy's wife didn't want to pay for meals.
Dilemma?
All right, so Chewy's got a dilemma this weekend. You are going to be out of town once again, which I know you already hate, because you had a lot of people coming in town a month or so ago. Now you just want to relax, you want to do nothing, but instead you're going to St. Louis.
Well, I'm going to see the Spaniard friend of show. Okay? We do a home and away. He came here over the summer. I got to go away. First off, I wanted to drive. St. Louis, 4.5 hours. When you're locked into a plane, too many things can happen, right?
Sure. And it's like
delayed.
It's like a 45-minute flight, isn't it? It's not that long.
I know, but you still have to get to the airport.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Early. You got to drive to the airport.
Yeah.
You got to drive from the airport to their house. So there you're looking at probably 3.5 hours, right?
Sure.
As opposed to driving 5. What would you rather do?
I mean, if St. Louis, I would drive.
Yeah, I don't make the rules in our house. Okay, so I got ixnayed there.
This is there.
Here's the dilemma. I'm going to. The reason we're going this weekend is because there's an MLS game, right?
Okay, so
soccer,
he's
take
gonna
it or
take
leave
you.
it.
Sure.
I don't like men's soccer because of the flopping and stuff like that. But Angie wants to go. Fine, I'll go to the soccer game. Right?
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. His kid has 3 soccer games. How many am I obligated to go to?
I don't think you're obligated to go to any.
It's not your
wait.
kid.
First of all. How old is the kid?
10 or 11.
10 or 11-year-old soccer seems like, when it's not your kid, Doesn't seem like a good time.
I have some more follow-ups also.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How well do you know the kid and vice versa?
Very well.
Are you like Uncle Chew to
Yes.
the kid?
Yes.
Have you gone to previous events?
I have gone to, yes.
I kind of set a precedent. You set a precedent.
But I'm saying one is fine. But he starts in the Spaniard with, you can go to the 9 if you want, but if the guilt has already started.
Okay.
So it's a 9, 2, and a 5:30.
Well, so I would think that maybe you go to the 5, because I'm guessing if there's a 5:30, you're going to go right from that to the MLS game.
That's the plan.
So I think you go to the 5:30.
He wants me to go to all 3.
Yeah, look.
Number 1, Gabe. BC playing Missouri. Big game at 11.
That's a loss. Don't even.
Wisconsin playing Alabama.
Another loss.
It doesn't. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, BC, Missouri, they're actually ranked. They're good. This is the first time you've actually wanted to watch your alma mater play football, probably since you were there.
And what do I like to do at noon when football is on?
I'm assuming drink wine?
Go have a liquid lunch, right? But I'm being guilted to go into all 3.
Look, I don't think you have to go to all 3. It's not your kid. I think if you go to the 5:30, you're fine.
Is this like a tournament? Like what? 3 games in one day? I'm
assuming it's some sort of tournament.
He's one of those parents.
No, I'm with Gabe.
He's one of those parents that coaches the 5:30 game.
Yeah,
and he's already working on his poses on the sideline. The kneel down with the grass in the mouth.
Sure,
that's what I'm dealing with here. Gabe, beautiful simulator downstairs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable pool that looks over the Mississippi.
Yeah.
There ain't no way in hell I'm going to the 9 or the 2.
No. 10 to 11-year-old soccer is like if his kid was playing high level, like your daughter played, because she played high level soccer, like travel teams, if it's high level, like high school type soccer where the game actually might be good,
yes,
sure, go, because it's going to be watching a 10 or 11-year-old play soccer is not going to be that entertaining.
And I have evidence here. My daughter played in St. Louis. St. Louis, a big soccer town. She played there. He showed up at halftime.
That's precedent.
Okay.
That's precedent.
Now we're talking.
But
now
you know the Spaniard.
I do.
It's either his way or the highway.
Correct.
And we're not Angie rented a car specifically for this.
Okay.
So we're not
tethered
prisoners
to them
in the house.
But you have seen one game before.
I have seen one game before.
But he's only come to a half.
Yes.
I feel like
and I'm going to a soccer game at night, which doesn't blow my skirt up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of better things that I would rather go to. But being the nice guy I am, I'm doing it for the wife because I'm a nice guy.
Super nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Ron in the Key says, you go to the 2 o'clock, you guys start day drinking some wine on the way on the down low during the second game. You won't even realize you're there. Skip the first one.
I hate to say this because it's Ron, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, Ron's had a good week.
To 2?
Ron's had a good week. I will say that.
Blow his head up.
To 2.
Yeah, he said the 2 o'clock. He said you're not going. I mean, don't go to the 9 o'clock. But then you're locked into the 2.
He got offended. He got offended because there's rain in the forecast.
Yeah.
For the MLS game.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't watch sporting events in rain.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I got pushback.
It's nice that you got the tickets and all, man, but if it's raining,
You're out? Are you out?
Yeah.
Rain.
Well,
depends.
It
depends.
For a place you're like, great, you know.
True story. I went with a friend to a baseball game and it almost got rained out. The 3-hour rain delay, and I was forced to stay. So I didn't want to be there. So
see, now this is a little bit of training for you here. This is the next step.
I'm listening.
Because I roll into this thing as I don't care what you think.
None of this is your choice.
You don't actually have any say in any of this.
Here's the problem.
That's the problem. And that's where I need your help. In here, I'm really tough.
You're the king, man.
And then I fold like a tent. But I am one of the world's greatest pouters.
Oh, no. Can confirm.
You are?
Yeah.
What?
I can pout with the best of them.
Oh.
Alan says kids soccer sounds like a drinking opportunity. Pull out the grill, enjoy the games, have some bubbly.
I think that's kind of
here's
part of the deal.
Here's another opportunity. How far is the drive, do you know, from the fields back to where you're staying? Like, let's say
the 2 o'clock is 10 minutes.
What if you go to the 2, you get to go back home, hang out a little bit, and then you show up at some point during the 5, and then you just go to the other soccer game. Then you're putting in overtime.
If I went to 2, can I skip out of the MLS game?
No. It doesn't sound
if
like
I went to 3, can I skip out of the MLS game?
It sounds like
the MLS game's probably the most important part because I'm assuming he paid, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's got a hookup. He's pretty big time down there. Paying for those tickets. Like I think
he's got season tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait, so who's going to the game? You, his wife, and
yes.
your wife. So the 4 of you?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have left in the middle of, what's the big play that was hot years ago?
Hamilton?
I left the play in the middle of Hamilton because Frank was by himself at the bar. Still haven't lived that one down.
Wait.
No, I did.
Wait.
I did.
So you were in St. Louis.
No, I was in Chicago.
Oh, you were in Chicago. Hamilton's coming through town.
Yes.
And you're with the Spaniard?
No, I'm with my wife.
So just you and your wife went to see Hamilton?
Correct.
Intermission hits.
Yes.
You get a text from Frank.
Yes.
He's by himself drinking.
Yeah.
Did you tell your wife you were leaving?
I said, Frank's really lonely.
That could be any day.
And I left.
What did she do?
Stayed. Was that wrong?
Yes.
Hamilton is the exact same thing across the board. From the first scene, it's the exact same thing. It doesn't change. It doesn't. So.
Neither does Frank.
I knew I was wrong.
But you didn't care?
What is this garbage about you saying you don't care what other people think, but now you're like, I know I was wrong, though.
Yeah, I'm real tough inside these walls. That's the problem, and that's where I need your guys' help.
Oh, I'm not going to. I can't help you.
Look, I mean, I can help you with the Spaniard, but again, when I said you don't make the decision, there's one person that makes the decision.
Yeah,
I can't help you there.
I'd like to place my bet on what I think you're going to end up doing this weekend.
What?
I think you're end up going to go to 4 soccer games on Saturday.
No, that's definitely that 9 o'clock is not happening.
I think he's going to go to 3 soccer games. He's going to the 2 youth games and the MLS game. They might leave the MLS game early, but they're going to go to the game
tonight, which I'm fine with. It's one of their kids' birthdays, so we have to go to the Mexican restaurant with his friend group and his kids to have a birthday party.
Oh, that's fine. You want to know why it's fine?
For that.
Oh, yeah, but you know why it's fine?
Why?
Because they have margaritas.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, great point. Yeah. Good point, Gabe. Good job by you.
Margs.
But I get points for that, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, all right, so I'm good.
Is Chewy a good friend?
No.
Is that what we're finding out?
No, I'm a horrible friend.
Yeah, I think. But
I thought I was about to give him credit.
He's I think he's readily admitted. He's readily admitted that he is not a good friend for quite some time. He's been pretty honest about that, pretty open about that.
Yeah.
I was trying to give you credit.
No, don't do that. You can give me credit in other areas, but
pass.
It's all about me.
Justin hits us up at the talk and text line. Gabe, without Giannis, you were convinced the Bucks could beat the Pacers. Malik being okay, inconceivable? Yeah, Malik being okay is inconceivable. Here's why I thought the Bucks could win. Because they also had another top 75 player of all time in Damian Lillard. Chris Middleton is, and this is going to be tough for a lot of you to hear, Chris Middleton is better than anything the Packers have. Like, Chris Middleton is better at basketball than any healthy player the Packers have going for them this weekend at football.
That's a tough one.
It's true.
You know what? I think he's right.
It's true. And when you have Chris Middleton and Damian Lillard, I think you can win a playoff series. If they had more stars stepping up and playing like stars, then yeah. If Rashawn Gary was as good as his contract, yeah. If Jair was as good as his contract, yeah, maybe they got a chance.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I think that's why I had faith in the Bucks. Okay. And like the quarterback position is just so important. And you can't
Are
be
you even going to watch
bad.
the game?
Yeah, I'm going to watch the game.
Okay.
Of course I'm going to watch the game. I'm rooting that I am wrong. But I have not been given any reason to believe in Malik Willis.
What if it's 24-0 going into the fourth quarter? Are you still watching?
I mean, I might be napping at that point.
Okay.
But, I mean, it'll be on the television.
All right. Fair enough. Your Middleton take was a good one.
Oh, thank you.
I would agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What does a Packers win look like? We'll try to put a positive spin on it. Coming up next, it's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But if you're looking for a better used car interest rate, of course, you need to check out Ewald Automotive. They make it easy to save thousands during the used car rate reduction event, where you can get rates as low as 4.9% on Ewald Automotive Group's best used cars. 4.9% on over 600 vehicles at 10 locations. Increase your purchase power with a better used car from the name Milwaukee has trusted for 60 years. They make it easy, and this is one of the many ways they do. So just go to ewaldauto.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound on 94. We've got some backups from 27th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes, just west of Highway 100, all the way to about Brookfield Road, just west of Calhoun. We do have a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder. It might be adding to your headaches through there. Also, broken down vehicle 894 westbound, just west of Loomis. This one has the right lane block, so that's going to be backing things up into the Mitchell interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 79. Tonight, high clouds, a low of 66. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Financial literacy can make a huge impact on the success of our future leaders. By engaging in hands-on courses, teaching essential skills like budgeting, savings, and investing. Junior Achievement of Wisconsin is helping prepare students for a future of financial success and independence. Bring these vital lessons to your school or community. Visit wisconsin.ja.org to learn more. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we'll professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries. Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screaming is about.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Looking for Green Bay football tickets? Ticket King has you covered. With offices in Milwaukee and Green Bay, Ticket King is your local and most trusted source to buy or sell tickets. Don't wait to get tickets for Sunday's home opener. Feel good that you are getting the best value when you work with Ticket King. Guaranteed, that is Ticket King. Experience the thrill of Green Bay football and visit theticketking.com or call 414-273-6007. It's not sold out until the King is sold out. Theticketking.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
TBD.
No, not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
That's how you make content.
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's how it works for him.
What's TBD mean?
To be determined.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To be dumb. Did you hear him say to be dumb?
To be dumb. Did Joshy say that?
He did.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Nothing goes together like football and pizza. Got some big games this weekend, whether it's college, whether it's pro. So you're going to want to make sure when you're sitting on your couch, you can just go to your freezer and get some delicious frozen pizza from our friends at Palermo's. And whatever your pizza appetite is, they're going to have something that you like. Palermo's, Urban Pie, Connie, Surfer Boy Pizza, Screamin' Sicilian, all under that Palermo's umbrella. So they're sure to have a slice that fits your appetite. Find them in your grocer's frozen food aisle. Palermo's, flavor is our family's business. Is really what a Packers win looks like the things that we keep talking about, it seems like it's fluky things. Like, oh, if this fluky thing happens. Like when we had Craig on before, and he was saying I was being too negative about it. He was saying something like, oh, yeah, they need to have a blocked punt. These are the type of things that, oh, a defensive touchdown. Okay, these are the types of things that you need to win. That doesn't make me feel confident going into the game, Chew.
No, and it doesn't make me confident that they had 3 turnovers last week and didn't turn them into touchdowns.
Didn't cash them in.
No, they didn't have to cash them in. So, yeah, look, they're going to have to win ugly. It's going to, I mean, I wish there was an under-over on amount of yards they'll have in this game, but I would think it would be 250. Would you take 250 yards right now? With 250 on offense, you have to win ugly. And the defense has to play outside their mind. But that's, I mean, the thing. Josh Jacob rushed for 110, hopefully, and then Malik throws for whatever the math is, 140.
Which would be a career high by 40 yards, by the way. 41 yards.
Yeah. I feel like we're not talking about that enough.
He started 3 times, and every time he failed to throw over for over 100 yards.
He has no touchdowns.
3 picks.
But this is what home teams do. Not home teams. This is what a person's team, the fans of a team does,
And the one thing that I keep coming back to is the conversation you and Jason had earlier about him not knowing the offense enough. Like, if he had to start a game or two in December, maybe I feel even better. Maybe I talk myself into this. Well, he's been here now. He understands what LaFleur's asking of him. He knows what the offense is about. He's been able to get some of these reps, yada, yada, yada. But 18 days? 18
days. Put it this way. If I went to a new team for 18 days and had to learn an entire offense in my 5th or 6th years, I couldn't tell you 240 plays where the hell I'm lining up.
Well, so I think about it like this. So in 1996, you and Keith were really good. Keith went to a Pro Bowl. Keith, that's how good Keith was. He showed up halfway through the 95 season, right?
Yeah.
So he was doing a holdout thing. I can't remember all the details of it, but he shows up halfway through the season. He wasn't rotating in a ton at the end of that year yet, right?
At the end of the year, he was. It was still, I think, 3-1. But when he first got here, he only had 10 plays. He had 10 plays. And that's it. That's all he had to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said,
again, that was somebody who played at a Pro Bowl level the year before, had been a Pro Bowler previously, was an established tight end in the league, and he was coming in for just a package of plays.
My thing isn't about Malik the athlete or the quarterback. It's Malik, how much he knows.
Yeah.
How much he knows.
Because in that amount of time, even if you're really smart, there's only so much you can know, which is what I'm trying to illustrate with Keith, because he was that good of a player. He couldn't process the playbook that quickly.
Like in the headset, right? So clock starts. You probably start talking with 35 seconds left on the clock. Most times it's like, hey, Jordan, we're going to run 72XL across. Let's go motion here, right? Now, and he's going to sit there and go, okay, we're looking for cover 3 here if that's the case. That's what you're talking. That's I got the play. With Malik, it's going to be like, okay, here's the play. Green right, F left, 93 lead, boot right. Okay, do you know what you're doing? Say the play back to me.
Yeah.
He's got say the play back to me. Because you cannot forget anything,
Oh, because every word in that play call means something, not something to everybody, but it means something to someone.
So I'll break it down for you, all right? Let's go simple. Red right, F left, 72XL across, all right?
Okay, so hold on. Let me write this down. So red, right.
Dry erase board somewhere?
Yeah, but I don't have it. Chewy
F left. I got it. F left.
F left.
72X shallow cross.
X shallow cross.
Okay, so the red right is the formation.
Okay.
That tells everyone where they're lining up.
All right.
The F left means at F, you're lining up on the right and you're motioning across to the left.
Okay.
Okay. The 72 is for the offensive line. That tells them it's a 7-step drop, 72 protection, right?
Okay.
So that's to the right. If it was 73, it'd be to the left.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where they're sliding, to the right, 72. The X shallow cross is the route, telling everyone what to run.
That's the route combination.
That's the route combination. So you see why you can't leave any of that out?
Correct.
It's extremely important to call the play.
And that seems like it's not even, I don't think that's the longest play
no, that's
you could
not
potentially.
No. So now he has to go up to break the huddle. First, he's got to remember what it's on. One.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he's got to check the front. Look for blitz. What am I doing? Okay, if there's blitz, no. Then you got to look at the coverage. And this is, mind you, Gabe, when are they breaking the huddle?
I mean, ideally
12, 15 seconds left?
I'm guessing they're going to want to. So this is the tough part, right?
Yes.
Because you'd probably want to break it relatively early.
Sure.
Because I know there were times, especially like when Goff was younger in Los Angeles with the Rams, with McVay, where they would break it because you can get that information until 15 seconds.
Correct.
So they would want to get to the line so McVay could then feed information up to that 15-second mark. I don't know how early they're going to be able to break the huddle because, like you said, instead of just going red, right, F left, 72, X shallow cross, and saying it that quickly into the headset with Jordan.
Yeah.
Red, right, F left, 72, X shallow cross.
Say it back to me.
And that, again, those are split seconds.
Yeah.
But every little thing matters when you only have 40 seconds to be able to get the personnel on the field, get everybody lined up. Like, the 40 seconds goes by quickly.
It goes by extremely quickly. So let's go back to, you look at the front. Okay, look at possible blitz. And then you look at the coverage. Okay, is this what we want? They're in cover 2. And then you got to be like, okay, so cover 3, I'm going to the crossing route or the tight end. Cover 2, I have to look at you know what I mean? There's just so much information. And then you got to go back to, is there motion? Yeah, there's F left. Okay, now I have to set the motion at the right time in the cadence and snap the ball where he's supposed to be. And then you have guys coming at you and you're like, what did I just talk? I have no.
Yeah.
You see what the struggle is here?
You start swimming quickly.
Whereas Clifford, who's been there, can process that. He might not deliver. But if you just play a very conservative game plan with him, it's a lot easier. And then back in the day, let's say TJ Rubley comes in a game, right? He may forget the play, but you had veterans like me and Robert and friends like, no, you got to have F left there. It's got to be F left.
Yep.
Okay, F left. Who's that in the huddle? It ain't an offensive lineman, I can tell you that right now. Who do you think that guy is? It's not Josh Jacobs because he's probably still learning. Probably Dobbs.
It has to be Dobbs.
Or Watson.
Those are the only two.
Yeah. Because there's things that players should know when they're veterans go, you can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, that doesn't go with this.
That does not go with that.
Yeah. A couple of texts I want to get to here. First from Mike in Racine. Guys, he made those starts his rookie year. He's evolved, I'm sure. Let's not crucify him until we see him currently in this offense. Sure, Mike.
But let's not crown him.
But also, we don't have to crown him. Yeah. And secondly, he played in the preseason. JT O'Sullivan did a breakdown of him. If you want to go check that out. Jen, I know, brought that up earlier in the week. It's not good. What JT O'Sullivan had to say breaking down the film, not positive. It's not like, this is a guy that's growing. Again, he may have been cut from a team that had a quarterback who threw the funniest interception I've seen in decade, 15 years.
Yeah, I get the positive part, but let's be realists and let's not be the 17-0 people. Okay? Let's not be, they're going. Look at what we have for information and make a decision. Let's not inflate what the information we've got.
Justin says, remember when Baker was just dropped into the Rams to start a game with 48 hours notice? What's the game plan there for him? Totally get what you guys are saying with learning the offense, obviously, but in that situation, they figured out some sort of runaround. So curious what that is. Well, here's the thing with Baker. And I know Baker's not the best quarterback. He's probably not even a top 10 quarterback in this league. But he's a quarterback that once took a team to the playoffs. Or no, twice in his career has gone to the playoffs. Like, he has the ability where he came into Lambeau Field last year and had a perfect quarterback rating. Like, Baker is light years ahead in terms of talent of what Malik Willis is.
And Baker played at a Power 5 school, not, I don't even know what Liberty is. Is that FCS?
And Baker, at that point, when he had gone to the Rams, he had so many different offensive coordinators in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was easier for him to pick some different things up, some basic concepts. I'm sure they worked around it. But also the difference, again, between Baker and Malik is, well, Baker's also a starting quarterback in the league now. And justifiably so. Malik's nowhere near that.
From a fan psychological standpoint, wouldn't you think it's better to anticipate them losing, and then if they win, great, as opposed to expecting them to win and they lose?
Yeah, it's setting expectations. And again, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm trying to be a realist.
Yeah,
Every data point that I have on Malik Willis is not good. Every professional data point of Malik Willis is not good.
Who would you rather see start?
I guess I trust LaFleur. And if he says, if LaFleur and the coaching staff thinks Clifford, because I understand where you and Wilder are coming from. Oh, you can run all these, you can run all these things. He knows the offense. You can call the play, but if he can't execute it, it doesn't matter. Okay, we can call this play. Well, that's great. He can't execute it the way you want it to be executed. So what's the difference between not executing it and not being able to call it? So I guess I feel, and maybe because it's happened to the Packers enough times, where an athletic quarterback scrambles around to make something happen. See Tommy DeVito last year in the Giants game.
But it's kind of the theory.
So if he can create enough chaos running, maybe they can pull off a weird game.
But it's kind of the same theory as, hey, this guy is really, really fast, but he can't catch the ball.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy is really slow.
Well, maybe.
But he catches everything.
Yeah, well, maybe the fast guy puts stickum on and it happens to stay in there.
That's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
All right. Okay,
That's where we're at. We're going to test Chewy's memory of the show this week. See what he remembers, what he said, what he didn't say. We can reach you coming up next, but it doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue with any guy. That's where Mentality comes in. Local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. It's worked for me. I was tired, groggy, just didn't feel like myself, didn't have that energy that I once had. Thought, okay, this is part of getting older, part of getting up earlier in the day, doing a morning show, but it doesn't have to be that way. With Mentality, they can make sure that your testosterone levels are exactly where they need to be. There's no better safe and insured medical solution available. So go to LowTUSA.com. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Learn more about Mentality and their low testosterone treatments. LowTUSA.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Delays along westbound 894 are going to be slowing down out of the Mitchell interchange all the way past a broken down vehicle that's blocking the right lane just west of Loomis. So be careful with that one. Westbound 94 backing up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard and then just west of Highway 100 all the way to about Brookfield Road. Earlier disabled vehicle just west of Calhoun has been cleared out of the way. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Add Kringle to your football tailgate and make your friends and family happy. Order at kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. High clouds, filtered sunshine, high of 79. Tonight, high clouds, a low of 66. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say seeing is believing. And when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman here for Carbless, my go-to drink this summer. Handcrafted right here in Wisconsin, Carbless is a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktail. Perfect for hanging out on the patio by the grill, chilling on the lake, or tailgating at the Brewers game. Plus, it's got 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. All summer, make sure you're following Carbless on Instagram at Drink Carbless for your chance to win a Summer Bliss prize package. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you. Carbless. Liss is more.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
Gabe, where do you think our group should be taking our golf trip next year?
Jason, I don't know. Do you have time to figure it all out and get all the reservations made? I certainly don't.
Not really. I mean, I'm so busy. If I only knew somebody to call that might do all the work for us.
Oh, I know about Wisconsin Golf Trips. Their main business is booking groups from around the world to play all the great courses in our state, but they're now doing outbound trips for groups each year to places like Michigan, Minnesota, and Nevada. Plus, Wisconsin Golf Trips is even booking custom packages for Scotland and Ireland.
Oh, wow. Let's hit them up.
WisconsinGolfTrips.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know which is which, but here's what I do.
Yes, all right.
I take the plus and I put it to the plus. I take the minus and I put it to the minus.
Yeah, but the jacker things don't have the...
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Where?
Sure do. On the handles.
What's a jacker thing? Is it something that your wife keeps in the drawer?
He meant jumper cables.
On 94.5 ESPN.
One of my favorite parts of Friday, whether it's a football season or non-football season, is we test the memory of the big guy and go through some of the ridiculous things that he said throughout the course of the week and see if he remembers them in We Can Reach You.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play the Week in Reach You.
So even though Ashton is here, Josh did put together this list. So if you get upset about any of the questions, Chew, Josh is to blame, not Ashton.
Okay.
But if you want to blame Ashton, feel free.
Of course I am.
5 questions, you get 3 right, you win. You get 3 wrong, you lose. Worth pointing out that you have never had a perfect week, where you've never had all 5 answers correct.
Okay.
Question number 1 begins with an audio clip.
When you drink milk and it's expired, what do? You smell it.
You take a whiff.
And then you drink it.
No. Which of your recipes were we talking about when expired milk got brought up?
I think it was the chicken Alfredo.
Whew. All right, off to a
start.
smoking start. Didn't even have to think about it. You just rolled right through it because, yes, you did admit to using expired milk with your chicken Alfredo.
Yeah, it's cream.
That's basically
same thing.
Yeah, it's basically buttermilk.
Yeah.
Question 2 begins with the audio clip.
And it looked like he had a horrible shaving accident.
Who had a horrible run with an animal that looked like a shaving accident?
Oh, the bull hammer. I talked about him with that yesterday. Said he deeply regrets that.
Grabbing a squirrel and...
Well, he said he should have grabbed the front, whatever they are, arms or legs.
Well, it didn't work out for him.
No.
All right, 2 for 2. Let's keep this thing rolling, Chew. What did you learn about movies this week?
Are you sure? I didn't know that.
Really?
I have no idea.
What did you learn about movies?
I don't even remember that. What day was that? Do you know?
Wednesday,
I believe.
No idea.
We were talking about movies.
No.
Star Wars.
Oh, terrible movie. Good movie. Just the ones after, where they repeated is bad. Yeah.
The thing is, like, his takes are always consistent, which is great. But you learned that James Earl Jones was Darth Vader's voice.
You didn't know that, Ashley, did you?
I did know that. We talked about it the day up, and you said you didn't know that. And we had the same conversation upstairs.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
No one knew.
Everyone knows.
No one even knew who James Earl Jones was.
Buddy, almost everybody knows
All right,
that.
Next one.
Starts with the audio clip.
I don't think there's accountability anymore. No, that's true.
Who did we try to hold accountable for a social media mistake earlier this week? Man, these got tough quick.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is yesterday.
No.
This was? What's the question again? Who did we hold for social media?
Who did we try to hold accountable for a social media mistake earlier this week?
I don't think there's accountability anymore. I have no idea.
Well, just think. Can you think of any of the things you guys talked about this week?
Not really. When it came to social media?
How about food, perhaps?
Food. Restaurant? I got nothing.
The Green Bay Packers in leaving brats off the tailgating food.
I remember that. Yeah, that was a bad miss.
This one started off so promising.
That wasn't yesterday.
No, it was not.
No,
it was way earlier this week.
I was just messing with you.
Okay.
So, you got the first two right.
Yeah.
You got the last two wrong.
Yeah.
The week hinges on question 5, which begins with an audio clip.
I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Will ya? Half a cup.
I've always said.
What have you always said?
This is maybe
Did
my
I
favorite.
admit when I'm wrong?
This is such a good line.
Give it to me one more time. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Will ya? Half a cup.
I've always said. So are you asking me what I was wrong about?
No. You said, okay, so you said, I've always said, and then you had a statement that you said, I've always said. What did you say there?
Common
I
saying.
know I said it to you.
You've said it multiple times on the show. I will give you credit for that. In the history of the show, you've said this multiple times.
Hold on, it's coming. It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong. I am not a big man.
I'm proud of you.
It just took a little while. Yes.
Wow, it's so true also.
Do you guys know what movie that's from?
I don't.
Wait, give me a hint.
Chevy Chase.
Never mind.
No?
No.
Fletch.
That's a Fletch? That is a Fletch.
It's Fletch 2.
Okay.
Fletch Lives.
Yes.
Which me and Bull snuck into the movie theater in Boston and watched it.
Bull is your college roommate.
Yes. Yep.
All right, congratulations this week, big guy.
All right, it was a battle.
It was a battle.
You know what that was? It was 14-0 at half.
Yep.
And then they tied it up at 14.
And then you kicked the field goal in overtime.
Field goal in overtime to win it. That's a sign everything is fine.
Packers win 17-14 in overtime, according to the big guy. But one of the other sayings you like to live by, Chew, is making sure your wife is happy.
Well, there's only one way to do it to make her happy, and that means a visit to Dean the Dancing Machine at the Jewelry Center. Earrings, custom jewelry, and repair services. The Jewelry Center does it all, including top-of-the-line engagement rings. And when that day comes for my 4 boys to take their next steps in their lives, you can bet they'll be heading to the Jewelry Center for engagement rings. The Jewelry Center offers great deals and selections on both lab-grown and naturally mined diamonds. Plus, you always hear about how Gabe went to the Jewelry Center and had a great experience with the Jewelry Center specialist to pick out that perfect ring. Stop in to one of their 3 locations, Greenfield, Burlington, and Brookfield today, or check out the full inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
The Jen, Gabe, and Chewy podcast is sponsored by Celsius Energy Drink, and I am here to tell you it makes a huge difference in my mornings. With a unique blend of essential energy and key vitamins, Celsius is your partner to an active lifestyle. My favorite, the Peach Vibe. Learn more at Celsius.com and pick up Celsius Energy Drinks today.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This time of year can be really tough on a number of areas in your home. If you're struggling with any electrical issues, the superheroes at Current Electric are ready to help you. Chuck Smith is a Brookfield Central grad who started Current Electric over 40 years ago. His mission was to serve our community with integrity and quality. Whether it's as small as a switch repair or as large as rewiring your entire home, to a generator to keep your lights on, or even interest in solar energy, call on the superheroes from Current Electric. Go to callcurrent.com. That's callcurrent.com.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Offices. One call, that's all.
Catholic Memorial Football hits the gridiron on Friday night. The Crusaders are on the road to take on West Allis Central.
Mitchell looking to throw. Right side wide open, easily into the end zone. Demias Lopez. And they've opened up a 20-0.
Crusaders football is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, R&R Insurance, Home Sealed Exteriors, and DM Accounting and Consulting Service. Tune into the action Friday night starting at 6:30, right here on 94.5 ESPN or at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Gabe, it'll change your life. Any barbecue you eat for the rest of your life will be measured against Buc-ee's.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Great question here on the Talking Text line. So why pick up Willis? This from Petey Pablo. Maybe they wanted a running QB to practice against, never thought this day would come. Or as Chew said, maybe he was someone that didn't pose any kind of threat to Love to boost his confidence. This is a real head-scratcher. I don't pretend to know the collective psychology of a young team like this, but maybe Goody knows best.
I think they're just looking down the line. Know, if this was week 13, he'd probably be the right guy to start, right?
Yeah, and maybe that's true. I don't know. I mean, he's certainly a developmental guy, without a doubt. I will say this. If this ends up being, let's say, like you called it, Chew, but the Packers lose 17-14, real tight game, but Willis doesn't play well, and if just by having some sort of competent quarterback back there, you feel like the Packers would have won the game, the loss falls squarely on the shoulders of Brian Gutekunst.
Yes.
Because that's his job to have a quarterback in there that you feel confident in. And by them constantly leaving the door open, by them trying to get Ryan Tannehill on this team, And I know they denied the Tannehill thing, but it also tells me that they don't necessarily believe in this kid yet.
No.
Like they're picking the best of a bad situation right now.
Well,
and it's a situation they created themselves.
You should know before you go to training camp kind of what you have in a backup.
Mm-hmm.
So with Clifford, because you're going against in mini camps or OTAs or whatever you call them against that defense and he didn't look good, you can always bring in someone else and cut him.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it will be on Goody. But that's what they do. They roll the dice at this position. They're like, our guy's not going to get hurt.
And honestly, really since Ron, the Packers were fortunate in 2013 that they were, other than Matt Flynn, I don't think they had a competent backup quarterback in the Ted Thompson era.
Yeah, but you would take Seneca Wallace over Malik Willis.
Oh, without a doubt. I would take any one of the ones that they ended up having.
Yeah.
Because, especially in 2013, like Scott Tolzien or Seneca Wallace, and then they were fortunate that Matt Flynn was released and he was able to come back and go 2-2 in the 4 games that he started that year that kept their heads above water and set up that, basically NFC North championship game against the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
But really since then, they've been searching and haven't come up with a good answer at backup quarterback.
No. And I don't know why.
Hundley wasn't the answer. I understand the risk they took with DeShone Kizer because he was a former first-round pick. Hey, maybe there's something there we can develop. Kind of the same thing with Malik Willis. Like, he could have been a first-round pick. He slid to the 3rd. Let's take it. There's a lot of raw tools there. Maybe we can do something with him. But you have one developmental quarterback, and then they didn't have another more veteran option.
Do you think Clifford plays?
No.
I do.
Man, I know you like him or you think he's better. They have been perfectly clear how they feel about him.
Yeah.
Perfectly clear. They have told us they do not believe in Sean Clifford.
Okay. I don't feel real good.
Yeah, right? Right? Thank you. Maybe Willie and Tell shall make you feel better. They're coming up next, 94.5 ESPN. Enjoy the football weekend.
Traffic.